So let's see. Let's see how to conjugate verb estar. Estar corresponds to verb to be, but in its transitory state. Okay? So, this is yo, tú, he, sorry, tú is you, él, he, ella, she, nosotros, we, vosotros, you plural. Ustedes is also you plural, but in Latin America. And ellos is they. So, for the difference between vosotros and ustedes, I mentioned it in the previous video. Okay? So just, I hope you watched the first part of this lesson, the first video, because I mentioned that vosotros is used for in Spain, while ustedes is used in Latin America. But both ways are accepted everywhere. Just have in mind that the verbs conjugate differently whether you use vosotros or ustedes. Vosotros has a conjugation of its own, and ustedes uses the same conjugation as ellos. They, ellos. Okay? So let's see this. Verb estar. Yo estoy. Tú estás. Él está. Or ella está. Ella means she. Está. Nosotros estamos. Vosotros estáis. That's you plural. Vosotros estáis. The other way for saying you plural is ustedes. Means the same thing as vosotros. But ustedes, you don't say ustedes estáis. You say ustedes están. Okay? And they, ellos. Ellos están. Ellos están. So let me give you an example. So when we said earlier, let's use verb ser with we use it for feelings. No, sorry, not for feelings. I mean for something permanent, like something, a profession, or your name, something that's not transitory. For example, I am a lawyer, or I am Rodrigo, my name. In Spanish you would say, yo soy abogado. Abogado means lawyer. Or yo soy Rodrigo. Yo soy abogado, lawyer. Tú eres abogado. Él es abogado. Ella es abogada. Because nouns and adjectives in Spanish are masculine and feminine. So, abogado, if you refer to masculine, it's abogado. But if you're referring to a woman, it's abogada. It's feminine. We'll see that in another lesson. Nosotros somos abogados, plural, with S. Vosotros sois abogados. Ustedes son abogados. Ellos son abogados. That means they are lawyers. Okay? Now with verb estar, which means to be in its transitory state. So something less permanent than somebody's name or somebody's profession would be somebody's state of mind. Yo estoy preocupado. Let's see. Preocupado means worried or preoccupied. Okay? Worried. Preocupado. Let's see. Yo estoy preocupado. Tú estás preocupada. Preocupado. If I'm referring to a man, it's preocupado. If I refer to a woman, preocupada. So, él está preocupado. Ella está preocupada. Ella is a woman, she, so it's feminine. Nosotros estamos preocupados. Vosotros estáis preocupados. Ustedes están preocupados. And ellos están preocupados. Here, for the plural, also applies masculine and feminine. So, if I'm referring to vosotros, if you, for example, second person plural, if it's feminine, it would be vosotras, okay, with a. Nosotros, we, if I'm referring to a feminine group, would be nosotras. Ustedes does not change, right? But ellos, you see that has an O, that refers to masculine. When you refer to they as feminine, you refer to ellas, okay? Ellas. So, also preocupadas, right? The adjective will also be feminine. So, nosotras estamos preocupadas. Vosotras estáis preocupadas. Ellas están preocupadas. Okay? So, this is how we conjugate verbs ser and estar, that are probably the most important verbs in Spanish. That's why I wanted to begin with these two verbs in the present tense. These are not easy verbs because these are irregular verbs. So you have to memorize this, but we will be practicing with these verbs and conjugations so it comes naturally to you. And later on, when we learn how to conjugate regular verbs, you'll see there is a rule, and that rule can apply to most verbs because most of them are regular. So it's going to be easier to remember. Okay. So well, this is all for today's lesson. If you like it, just return for the next videos I will be posting, and you can also refer to your friends if you know people that want to learn Spanish. So, having said that, I'll see you next lesson.